Okay guys, I think the intro wasn't working there, but hi, I'm your host Lysander Zenora, and I'll be bringing you the game between Orange Neolution Esports versus Neolution International. You are watching the Gigabyte Esports Tournament, the GEST, hosted by Dota Talk as well as Western Digital. Shout out to those guys for sponsoring our tournament, and now it's going to be a best of 3 in this quarterfinal in a single elimination tournament. I'm your host Lysander Zenora, as I said, and I'll be casting on Beyond the Summit 2 today, and I bring in my co-caster. Her name is Alex or Vix, so I'll be bringing her. We're going to put sound now, and she's in the call right now, so hi.
Hi Lysander, how you going?
Yep, so thanks for tuning in guys, and for patiently waiting. Yep, for patiently waiting for this game to start, and bans already going in. The Lone Druid as well as the Bat Rider going to be banned out. Very standard here. Well, Vix, you did tell me that Neolution International has gone against Orange in a couple of times in the past, and Orange has always gotten the upper hand. So how do you think they're going to turn this around this time?
I mean, we always hope for a close game no matter what. I had a quick skim through the last few matches, and it does look like Orange has had the better hand, but I mean, if they pick strong and they play well like we've seen them play before, I think they've got a good chance. Anything can happen, really.
Yeah, the thing is that Orange, they have such they have so much experience when it comes to playing. They've been around for very long. Neolution, a Singaporean team. Well, I wouldn't say they are. I don't like to give ranks here, but in Singapore there is Zenith, there's First Departure, and then there's Neolution International. Well, quite evenly matched, I guess. Neo Int and First Departure. First Departure a little bit better, I guess, from the games I've watched. But Neolution Esports, they have been around for very long, like I said, and Neo Int, they have to be pulling something very spectacular here if they want to win. And Shadow Demon's going to be banned out, and I know that Neo.int really like their Shadow Demon on the support. Hachiko always plays that SD, and Lifestealer will be banned out here from Neo.int. So going to be preventing that super strong carry from going to ruin their game here, because Lifesteal is just really hard to deal with. The 6 second of rage time, just really strong to deal up against. And Orange, we'll be getting 2 picks here. We're going to see if Neo.int goes for the Magnus.
I mean, the Magnus is in the pool still, so it makes sense they pick him up. I'd be very surprised if they let him go through. But saying that, you've got Nick still out there, Coddle.
Yeah, we have Darks here as well. And looks like Neo.int will go with the Nyx, so that gives Magnus to Orange. And yeah, that probably gives Magnus to Orange.
Yeah, it would be crazy for them not to first pick it, really, here. I mean, he's still such a powerful hero with that team fight, that initiation. They're going to go for Rubik and Magnus, so yeah, no surprises there.
But the thing is that the Rubik pick, very good pick, because like I remember someone in the pro scene did say that Rubik is one of the best supports. I think it was Puppy. He did say that Rubik is the best support, one of the best supports in this game, because he can literally do anything, especially with that spell steal. The possibilities are endless, and the telekinesis, that instant pickup, is always good. Fate Bulk, the damage reduction is always nice as well, and a good nuke coming away, and also prevents the counter pick for Neo.int being able to steal that RP up. A lot of big RP steals have been turning games that we saw yesterday in Navi.
5 seconds remaining.
Rubik's the sort of hero, even if he doesn't have a good game individually, he can still make such a huge difference in those team fights. Always a solid first pick there.
Yep, but now with Magnus and Rubik, Neo.int going to be denying Mushi of his puck here. But then there is already a Magnus for him, so I don't think he will be playing that puck. But still, puck a good hero to deny Orange Esports. And puck always good. If you land those silencers, you land that coil, it will be pretty big. And I think Question Mark does play this hero. He plays the solo mid, if I'm not wrong. It's going to be very big when they turn it.
It's already shaping up to be the sort of game where you see constant team fights, constant aggression with these heroes. I mean, Magnus, Puck, 2 great initiators. Always a good game to watch and cast out, so I'm looking forward to that.
And now with Nyx, Puck, and Magnus, Rubik, all these are very standard here. And we did see Neo.int, well, I did see Neo.int run a X yesterday, and Leshrak's going to be picked up here. So Leshrak and Nyx going to be a very good combo in the tri-lane if they do decide to run it. And you could even be in a dual lane in some rarer situations, but the TS, of course, going to be very strong against Nyx Assassin. And just now in the lobby, I was hearing some of the players actually call out Mushi actually going for the TS a little bit too often, and they didn't want him to play it. So Neo.int going to snatch up the Leshrak right here. It's a good pickup here, but a lot of squishies on the team right now.
Yeah,
10
Leshak
seconds
has a little bit of a glass hero effect. If he gets hit, he drops very, very quickly.
Yeah, oh wow, silencer. So yep, Orange going to be picking up their silencer. I've always been asking for a silencer, and here they do. They give it to me, and silencer also very good because counter pick to Magnus would be silencer. If Magnus does blink into the or skewer in, and silencer drops that global silence, Magnus has just effectively skewered himself to the enemy. So silencer is going to be a good counter pick as well as a pick for the team as well, and it's a very strong laner as well with the last word and with the glaive's constant harassment coming out. He can also run in the solo mid role, so very flexible. Silencer, he's a bit paperish or squishy, if you like, however you like to call it, but he is a very good laner and can deal a lot of burst damage, and that insta is just a bonus, of course.
Be interesting to see how they do choose to lane this. I mean, a silencer mid and then running the Magnus on the off lane can always work well. And Puck can be a bit frustrating for Mag in mid, just phase shifting out, dodging abilities there. So
yeah, and Luna is going to be banned out here. So Neolution thinks that Orange will be running that Luna. Well, I guess Luna could fit in here with a Rubik Silencer tri-lane. And of course that Luna Blessing is always very strong, and I know Orange likes to run that Luna a lot. Luna's just a very strong hero with that Luna Blessing, especially when you have a lot of range heroes. That bonus 14 in the early game, it does multiply among all the heroes in your lineup, and it does do a lot of damage. And of course, in rarer cases, you can also do an early Roche with that bonus damage coming out. And Orange going to be banned out Alchemist. They have been doing some of their homework. Neolution.int does pick up Alchemist from time to time, and they have been having pretty good results with it as well. And all you guys asking in the chat, my co-caster is Vix, and I'm Lysander Zenora. You guys probably might have heard of me from the Flash Dota 2 League, but I'm now casting the GEST under Beyond the Summit. So very great for those guys letting me cast here today. And we have a game between Orange versus Neolution International. So it's a best of 3 and this quarterfinal single elimination. So the loser goes home and the winner progresses and tries to work towards that 1000 USD that's up for grabs, as well as a lot of cool gear. So right now the bans and picks are really interesting here. The Alchemist as well as the AM going to be banned, so Orange going to be banning out a lot of carry heroes here. And of course they did pick up a silencer, so I'm very happy about that.
they're banning out those carries that do so well with the farm. I mean, Anti-Mage, best farmer really in the game in terms of flash farming, and then Alchemist just snowballs with that Grievel's Greed. So they're obviously worried about those late game hard carries.
But I'm surprised to see them actually take out the Anti-Mage on for themselves, because they do have the Empower, and with the Empower, Anti-Mage can actually split push really fast, take out those creep camps, and once you get up the Battle Fury, it's a double cleave coming out. And with 50% and 60%, well, I'm not sure how the cleaves actually stack, but he will be getting a lot of cleave, a lot of bonus damage. So actually, AM Magnus is something we see very often. So not actually going for it, and they even have the silencer to back him up. So it's not even, it's not even like they're fearing the silencer. That's why it's really weird for me that they actually decide to ban it. But TA and Dragon Knight gonna be banned out here. All these are mushy heroes, if I'm not wrong. Luna as well as Temple Assassin, all are mushy heroes, and they're gonna ban them out. Not let Orange have any of those heroes for themselves. But now we're going to go into the next set of picks.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, obviously, Neolution are looking for their carry now, and what's left in the pool that's obvious for them to take up. There's Phantom Lance that's still there. I hope we don't see a Phantom Lance again. A little bit of a non-favourite pick for me, but...
Yeah, go on. I have to talk to the admins for a bit.
Oh, that's okay. So that's the Darkseer. It's amazing. You see Darkseer get so far through in the picks now. He used to be first ban, first pick every single game, and now he becomes this sort of forgotten hero a little bit, but still such a strong hero. Offlaner, the team fight power once walls up is crazy, and can be very, very frustrating if they do get the skewer RP in there and they end up fighting on top of a wall. That can be enough just to give Neolution the upper hand.
10 seconds
and of course, if you actually another thing to note is that usually I see the Darkseer with the Leshrac paired up with a Sand King, because the Sand King Leshrac, of course, very good combo, and the Darkseer once he gets that vacuum, if he gets a good vacuum into a Burrow Strike, it's a very, very strong combo, and the Leshrac can just throw up a split off as well as a lot of AoE bursts, and Puck can just throw his stuff on top of that. And we're gonna see another mushy hero here. It's gonna be Shadow Fiend, so that will most likely be mushy Shadow Fiend there. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Shadow Fiend will definitely be going to mushy, and I think a lot of fans will be cheering now in the audience. Shadow Fiend.
He's a crowd pleaser. He's definitely a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, well, you asked why he's captaining. Well, this is the reason. He just wants to pick all the good heroes. Now, Rubik, Magnus, Silencer, and Shadow Fiend. And Shadow Fiend, one of his fears is being stun locked because he's kind of a paper kind of hero. So Silencer would just prevent that from happening. Although Neolution, they do have a lot of spells on their side, a lot of disable. But with that Silencer, with that global silence, followed by the RP, it's going to be a hell for them in the team fights. So not even sure if they want to go for the team fights or go for the fast tower push, like we see here, the Leshrac. Going to be going for the lightning or the edict. Remains to be seen, but whoa, it's going to be a Drow Ranger. So I've not casted a Drow Ranger ever since she was released into Captain's mode. So Drow Ranger will be the last pickup here for Neolution. That will be the carry of choice. It's going to, of course, power up the Puck as well as Leshrac with her True Shot Aura. But how effective is a Drow Ranger? We have to see, because Magnus, if he does come up close, marksmanship has been changed to not give any bonuses whatsoever. So very, very crucial pickup here. Are they going to be?
It's an exciting pick, really. I mean, it's just brand new into the captain's mode. I don't think I've seen it picked up yet since she's been put in. So interesting to see how they make it work and whether she gets shut down early and doesn't work out for them.
Yeah, the strength of Drow is that they do come online very early. Okay, and they said my mic's a bit too quiet compared to yours.
I can turn mine down.
Okay, never mind. I'll just make mine louder. I think mine's a bit soft. So I've done my I've brought my mic closer to my mouth. So hopefully that'll be better now. Oh yeah, they said you're a little bit loud as well. So it'll be good if you can turn it down.
Yep, sure.
Alright, there's gonna be a Rattle Trap or Clockwork for Orange. Orange will be picking this Clockwork off lane here. It's gonna be good for isolating heroes, especially Clockwork. Like I said, Drow Ranger, if you get close to her, she won't be having...
Someone's dropped out like a kid in school.
Yeah, she won't be having her marksmanship bonus. So if Clockwork does get up close, Drow Ranger will be close to useless, especially since she'll be constantly stunned up and won't be offering a lot to the team fights as well. So, right, I'm gonna be running through the lineup here. I'm gonna have the Frostivus set up. Vix, is your mic okay?
Yeah, I think it should be alright now. If people could let me know if it's still too quiet or loud.
Well, we have to wait for the delay to set in.
Yep, no worries. A little bit of a disconnect.
Yep, alright. I'll be running through Neolution.int and you can run through Orange. Alright, so Drow Ranger will be played by the carry player and the captain. Ninja Boogie, casted him a lot of times on my stream as well. Blah will be on the Puck. So it looks like Blah will be taking up the Puck here this time. And Question Mark will be playing on the Darkseer, but he does play solo mid if I'm not wrong. So he might be a solo mid Darkseer, but could be wrong. Blah will be playing the Puck and Lei will be playing the Nyx Assassin. Hachiko will be playing the support Leshrac. So all over the Orange.
On the Orange side, we have the fan favourite Mushi up on Shadow Fiend, so that's going to be good fun to watch. Clockwork, we have KY and Extinct will be up on the Silencer. Rubik's going to be handled by Net, and our Magnus is going to be played out by Ohio. Still not entirely sure about how they're going to handle these lanes, but I'm assuming that it is going to be the Mag mid.
Yeah, Max probably mid. Ogor is Ohio, like you said, and he does play a bit of mid, but Mushi might want to take it for himself. He does like to run his mid lane solo Shadow Fiend. And all you guys just tune in, Neolution.int versus Orange, best of 3 quarterfinals in the GEST playoffs. It is a single elimination, so loser goes home and the winner gets to work towards that 1000 USD up for grabs and a lot of gaming equipment. So very interesting indeed. I'm your host Lysander Zenora, and I'm here today with Vix. She's a caster from Australia, and very nice of her to join me today for this very long day of casting. And we have our player back. Yep.
It should be good. It's best of 3, and I'm hoping for some really close games from these guys. And 3 games, I hope.
Yep. We always want 3 games. We'll have to see how Neolution.int actually can deal with Orange here, because like I said, Orange has been beating them in the past. We're going to see if Neolution.int can actually turn it around this time. They made it so far into quarterfinals. They've fought through the group stages yesterday as well. So let's see how this turns out. But there is a Silencer, and like I said, they are very spell dependent, Neolution.int. Well, most teams are, and Global Silence just shuts you down so hard. And Orange says we're ready, and we might actually go into the game very shortly.
I think one of the players is playing from a net cafe, so potentially a few issues coming out from there. Not sure which one though.
Alright, and we're going to check out the item builds here. Neo ES question mark is going to be on the offlane. Yep, he'll be grabbing a whole bunch of consumables and heading up to the offlane with the Star Shield. So they'll be tri-laning this Darkseer. Wow. They tri-lane this Darkseer and solo the Drow Ranger. So Drow is going to be going solo. Nope, it's gonna be 2. Nope, Nyx Assassin is gonna follow her as well. So it's like they thought better of that. So Leshrac, Nyx Assassin as well as Row Ranger will be going on the bottom lane. Puck, played by Blah, will be in the middle lane. And again, we see this Neolution.int lineup. They actually go for the mantle. They don't like to rush the bottle that quickly. They go. Usually, you see for the bottle rush, if you check out Magnus's build and hold that.
Orange are hunting out.
Yeah, Orange are hunting people here, and if they do get to pick out on Darkseer, but Darkseer spots out the Rubik and he's gonna hit the hell back. But like you say, like you see here in Ohio in the Magnus, he does have 3 branches and a tangle, so he leaves him with 350, 354. Works with the bottle within a few last hits, but Puck decides to go for the mantle, and sometimes I do see him pick up the circlet. So they do get a lot of early stats for the battle last hit, as well as the mana pool, HP, and just a little bit more armor. But it does delay the bottle a lot, so far it's been working out very well for them, but they are against Orange, and I don't think Ohio is going to give Puck a good time. Although Puck does have the advantage, so to speak, he can dodge all those shock waves as well, and a well-timed phase shift can actually dodge the skewer, RP as well. Yeah,
they're just hanging out for the rune there. Darkseer's going to try and check it out. It'll be interesting to see how Darkseer goes against this lane. He should be fine. They don't have much stun, so as long as he stays back, pops his Iron Shell, he should get enough golden experience to just hang out there. I don't think they're going to be able to gank him too early unless he gets out of position.
Yep, and meanwhile, there is an Observer what plays very offensively, so they are looking to catch him out here. And Darkseer doing the wise choice here, just going straight into the jungle, farm up this small camp, so as to not endanger himself and not give any farm to the tri-lane there. They will be pulling non-stop, of course, and getting some experience, but they won't be getting the kills. Darkseer will probably farm himself
on the bottom lane.
Oh, bottom lane. That's an invis from Nyx Assassin. They're going to trap in the Clockwork. Split Earth's going to land, and this might be the death of KYXY. Yeah, this will be the death of him. So Nyx Assassin gets the last hit here, and that's a great pickup here. The Invis rune going to be netting them that extra 400 gold, and that will be his boots as well. So that will be helping him a lot for the future chases, and that's not going to be good for KYXY. He did go for the first point in Cox, but he was caught up by Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin under behind the Invis rune, able to sneak up on him. Jordan just going to get a little bit more space.
Yeah, that was a really good start for them, and very, very convenient Invis rune. Starting the Nyx ganking nice and early. Yep. Meanwhile, there's a lot of pulling going on in both lanes here by the supports.
Yep, support's going to be farming up and just preventing the tower from getting hit at all. So Darkseer, he knows this will happen, so to not cause himself any grief, he will be just using the Iron Shell to farm up the small camp, and he's going somewhere now. Where's he going? Is he going to go for a gank middle? Oh, he's going to try snipe the courier. Is he going to get it? Wow, mushy. Oh, it becomes a flying courier, so he won't get the snipe. So question mark tries to go for the snipe on the courier, not gonna get it. And yeah, no, I mean Ohio. Yeah, Ohio wants to go for the bottle crow, so good timing of him to upgrade that courier. Question mark did want to go for the snipe there, but didn't get it. So Darkseer's gonna hit back into the jungle, try to get up his level 4 before actually heading back in. And whoa, KYXY has to be careful here. Kog's gonna push him away, burn his mana, and KYXY. Pop the Cox, what's happening? It's a very awkward awkward standoff here. Illusion Rune gonna go to Darkseer, but he might actually get him with the search. Is that gonna be a search? Did he go for the search? And there's Puck, gonna throw out the orb there, and it's gonna trap himself in with the Darkseer. This will be another death, and Puck gets a kill here. Darkseer with the assist goal, gonna get some experience on the Clockwork. So Clockwork not working out for him, already 2 deaths on him at 2 minutes in, 2 deaths, and only at level 1. So it's gonna be even harder for him to stay at this bottom lane here, and he's not Darkseer, he can't jungle.
I'm actually really surprised that Ohio didn't go in and try and help out there. He didn't have any mana though, so perhaps he just decided to get a bit of free farm meanwhile while that was happening.
Yeah, and he's gonna get stunned up here, and Hachiko's gonna follow up the split. He's gonna miss actually. So KYXY, is he gonna pop the Cox? No, he's not gonna pop the Hachiko's just gonna chase him down, not even popping the Edict. Just gonna be pushing him back. He does have 2 tangles and a flask, so he's gonna be okay. Clarity Pot's gonna go on Hachiko. And Clover doesn't have any rockets, so he can't even KS this creep camp here.
Yeah, he's having a really rough time. He's got no last hit, barely any XP, still sitting at level 1. That's a very, very rough start for him. Meanwhile, the top tri lane, Shadow Fiend's just having the free farm of his life, really.
And for you guys, meanwhile, are you still having issues with my mic? Is it still too soft? There is a delay on stream, so whatever you guys say, I can only take action a few minutes later. So I really apologize for this if there is not enough, if it's not loud enough. But meanwhile, the stream seems to be smooth enough, so that's good. And we're gonna see the tower actually getting hit. Yeah, hit here on the top lane. They're gonna go for the tower. Mushi has rotated.
Radiant's top
Rotated
tower
here with his support. It's
taken
gonna be
hits.
hitting down the tower. And question marks here at level 3. It might be a bit dangerous for him because the silent goes out here. And there's the TP in from Nyx Assassin. So it's gonna be a surge on in. And there's gonna be an impale. Nope, gonna be an instant lift up on the Nyx Assassin. Impale. Last word actually goes on lane. Impale goes out, hits the Rubik, and the Iron Shell might again. Raze goes out from the Shadow Fiend. A nice auto attack here. And Rubik will net a last hit with the Fate Ball. Hachiko runs in a bit too deep here. The Edict goes off, and the Silencer will get another kill, but he doesn't have the Glaive of Wisdom, so he did not gain the 4 intel that he could have gotten there.
That was a lot of TPs, but all very, very staggered, and in a way that kind of let them down a little bit. They didn't all come in as you sort of charged in one by one, trying to chase these guys down.
Yeah, and Nyx Assassin, I felt that he kind of held on to that stun a little bit too long. He could have gotten a 3-man stun there, but he didn't go for it. He was hit with the last word a while there, and he didn't actually go for it. And Draw Ranger actually throws out some frost arrows at the Clockwork here. Gonna hit level 6 soon, and once he does, he will hit very hard. He already has 1.6k go on him, possibly going for the Shadow Blade here. So Ninja Boogie, we're gonna see what he wants to go for. And shutting in on this Clockwork early is going to be very good for him because the more levels Clockwork doesn't have without his hook shot, the longer the Draw Ranger can actually fire from range here and without worrying about being attacked up close. And we're going to take this time to look at the last hits here. 36 here on Mushi's Shadow Fiend. He's leading the charts here. Even the Draw Ranger free farming 30 for 9 and Mushi 37 for 19. So just exceeding the farm here of the Draw Ranger. And Magnus meanwhile has actually beaten the puck in terms of last hits here. 26 to 23 and 15 for the Darks here, who has been farming up a couple of jungle creeps as well. As farming some lane creeps now. Rubik's going to rotate in, going to harass him back with the Fate Bolt. Iron Shell's going to go out. Going to give him some last hits as well. And meanwhile the 2 supports here at the bottom lane are going to be just farming.
Magnus is a double damage rune bottled up, but I can't see him really taking the opportunity to use it just yet. Puck's just avoiding any harassment that he's throwing out with that phase shift.
Yep, Ohio picks up a double damage rune, and he does have RP, but he doesn't have a TP scroll.
Up top.
And yep, TP's up top. Last word goes out on the Darks here, but he will be vacuuming, but he won't be getting any out of that. And Lei rotates in a little bit too late. Blah is not going to get any kills out of this one. And Hachiko just going to be backing off. They are level 4 now. But
They're committing a lot to defend this tower. I mean, that was another 3 TPs up, thinking there was going to be a push, but it's sort of wasting a lot of lane time for them.
Well, it does build a lot of time for the Draw Ranger to farm, but it does give space to the Clockwork to get its levels as well. And, well, meanwhile, Mushi is not really suffering a lot from these rotations, and they're wasting a lot of support times, like you're saying. And Puck is just going to be farming out working towards his Blink Dagger, I think. And Magnus, he has picked up his Arcane Boots as well as the TP Scroll, so going to be able to rotate in with the Haste Rune. So any rotations or any dives from Neolution.int now will be punished very heavily here. They've smoked up. They're going for the top lane, and Dark's here. Yeah, Dark's here. But
I think I've realised he needs to shut down this Shadow Fiend before he gets too much more space up here. He's sitting on 50 last hits. He hasn't really had any trouble at all, and he has to assist, so...
Yeah,
no, they changed their mind.
Oh, and here's a pickup here on the Dark. Instant silence on him. He's going to silence and erase, and Mushi gets another kill. He's going to be very happy that 1-0 here on Mushi. Going to walk even closer towards his whatever he's going for. He's going for the Shadow Blade, so Shadow Amulet already flying out.
Dream Cove dropped on Mag.
Yep.
He's skewed away.
Yep, he'll be fine.
He should be fine there, yeah.
Yeah, also another thing to note was the Haste Rune was popped, trying to get the Draw Ranger, but Draw Ranger, Ninja Boogie just going to be backing off in time here. And KYXY going to be harassed back here by the Draw Ranger. But the tower goes down to Mushi, and Mushi gets even more gold, so very close to his Shadow Blade now. After this creep wave, he will be getting it. Oh, one more creep. And he will have his Shadow Blade, and once he gets his Shadow Blade, it's going to be easy initiation for him. Just going in with the Shadow Blade and going for the Requiem of Souls. It's going to do a lot of AoE damage. So although it's 3 for 3 here, the gold graph does say a different story. 1.5k gold in favor of the Dire. And they're going to be rotating down middle now. And Lei has to be careful. He's sitting here at the tower, he might actually get skewered. Nope, not gonna dive it. They put an offensive ward behind the tier 1 tower in the middle. Looking for pickups here, and Darkseid gets picked off again. Gonna get silenced up, and the last one will proc. And he'll lose another 2 in. No, Silencer has not been going any points in Glaive, so he has not been stealing any intelligence whatsoever. He has gotten a lot of kills, a lot of assists, and he hasn't gotten any intelligence out of that. This is not like the flashy, we don't get it after you add the skill, so kind of a shame actually.
I guess that's the case with the support Silencer. You're not really... If you're solid mid, you would put points up in Glaive, but as a support, he's focusing on the team fight more so than anything.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
So some of you guys are actually complaining about lag. There is no lag. I checked my XSplit for a moment there. There is no lag. So you guys probably hear this about a minute plus two. But there is no lag on stream. So you guys just refresh the Twitch or set a lower setting and you should be fine. So meanwhile, Mushi is flying out his Shadow Blade already. The Claymore is already up on him. On the bird, it's going to be flying out now.
Ahai is hanging out the trees here. I think he's looking to jump out on Drow if she pushes forward a bit, but they've got that aggressive ward there, so they possibly saw him hanging around.
And they actually want to go on KYXY here. Goes going to be a stun, and it's going to follow up, split off, and actually KYXY might go down here. One arrow here from the Drow Ranger, and he drops. So a free kill here going the way of Neolution.int. But meanwhile, Mushi gets more space up top. Shadow Blade flying in, going to be raising down the creep wave, just getting all the last hits in the world. Puck working towards his Blink Dagger. Actually went for a threat first, so not rushing up that Blink Dagger. Going to be going one-on-one here with Net here in the middle lane. Rubik waiting to hit level 6 so as to steal some very good spells. There are a lot of good spells to steal here from Neolution.int. There's the Impale Stun, there's the Vacuum, there's Puck, the Puck spells, as well as the Leshrac Stun. Leshrac Stun is really good on Rubik as well. Without the cast time on Rubik, Split Off works a lot better for him.
And Inter clearly feeling the pressure around Drow now. She's been left alone for a while, so they obviously feel like she might be bothered soon. Lei's just going to be hanging out in the trees, babysitting her, making sure that if anything goes down, he's there to come in and save her.
Yep, but so far Ninja Boogie hasn't been getting a tower yet, and Shadow Fiend did get a tower for himself, so the goal is going to be more for Shadow Fiend, and of course the last hits, Shadow Fiend does have more of those, 77 on them, and Punk does have an Invis rune going to rotate in. He has his ultimate, he has the silence, and he will find Silencer, so we'll be looking to silence him up before he can actually drop the ultimate. And Silencer does have his ulti. That's going to be a silence and the ultimate here. Joran just going to follow up with the silence, and the Silencer's going to die here. Manaber's going to take a last hit, and Ohio actually gets stunned up. Is he going to go for the steal? Not going to steal us. Clockwork going to be saving him with the Cox. Courier get out of there, and KYXY going to be burned down by the Edict. Is there a stun? That's going to be split up. Nope, going to be picked up by Rubik, and that's going to be the end of the engagement. Only Silencer going down, and an observer or sentry ward, I couldn't really see there, but I think it was a sentry ward. Sentry ward's going to go down, so really good rotation in from the Puck. Didn't get the Magnus kill, nearly got him, but the Clockwork rotated in just in time, pushed away everyone with the Cox, and yep, did lose. He actually
had Skewer and RP up for that fight, so I'm surprised that he didn't at least try and go in, try and take a lot of damage on those heroes, but he just held it, I guess looking for the right lineup, and held it too late.
Yep.
Had to skewer to get away.
And meanwhile, Mushi's rotation has been spotted by the sentry and observer here on the top lane, so very well placed by the supports. They're going to not going to get sneaked up here by Mushi. So Mushi, Shadowblade not going to be working out for him yet. They were prepared for him, and meanwhile Hachiko is going to be farming up this entire stack. Going to get a lot of levels and farm here. Level 5 on him already. A magic stick as well as a boost. Well, it's not bad considering it's 11 minutes in, but here comes Magnus, and he will go down. Oh, is there going to be a last? Oh, last one's going to get him, so Hachiko not going to get out of this one. Tries to deny himself to the creep wave. There is no creep, so he will just die. Try to waste a little bit of time here from the support. But Smoke is still up on Rubik, so there are a lot of heroes here. I think Neolution.int are going to be giving up this tower. Looks for a trade. Ducks here already cutting the creeps here on the top lane.
You know the drill.
But the tower's still at very high HP, so it won't be going down that quickly. Meanwhile, there are a lot of heroes here on the bottom lane going to look to take down the tier 1 tower. So already going to be a 2-0 tower lead in favor of Orange here. And Pup going to be clearing the creep wave.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty
Rocket's going to slow him down a little bit here. Shadowfiend will get the last hit on the tower.
Question Mark's managed to find himself a little bit of space up on that top lane now. He's nearly got his neck up, slowly catching up from a little bit of a rough start.
Going to be sharing his bottle here with Puck. Or Puck's going to share it with Dux here. Alright, Dux here is going to be surging up here. They're going to look to pick off here. They did spot Net rotating in. He TP'd to defend the tower here, but the tower is down to about 3/4 of his HP. And Rubik is just going to be hiding in the trees here. He does have Waning Rift, so if they do jump him, they might get silenced for very long. Long enough for TP supports to arrive, so that's going to be very dangerous for Neolution.int if they do decide to dive the tower. And meanwhile, Mushi looking for a pick off here. Clockwork does not get the latch on Leshrac. Hachiko has to be backing off here. He spots Shadowfiend, he spots Magnus coming in. Is there going to be a skewer? Shockwave just going to be hitting him on the edge. And there's already a sentry thrown down in preparation of Mushi. Rubik's gonna steal up Iron Shell here, and oh, the Puck is actually going for a dive here. Vacuum goes in. Net. There's gonna be an ultimate for this one. And a Global Silence actually even thrown out here. Shadowfiend picks off the Leshrac here. Lei is gonna give himself to Mushi as well. So that's 2 kills for the Shadowfiend and 1 kill for the Silencer. The Silencer did pick up, but Blah picks off a 2nd kill on the Silencer. So Silencer gets a return kill on Dux here, and Blah takes 2 for himself. And about 500 more to his Blink Dagger.
Getting banged up.
Yeah, that double damage rune definitely helped him out a lot there, and Silencer came in trying to help out Dux here, but trying to help
Dire's
out
top tower
Rubik, but no
below
luck
the
really.
belt.
And Ohio, he's gonna be banged down a little bit here. Op's gonna fly out, and that's the way Silence and Blah. Gonna get a
Still had that
solo
double
kill on
damage
Magnus.
ring.
So that was really weird. Magnus, not sure whether he wanted to blow the RP or the skewer, not even going for either, and gets picked off. And here comes Lei with the next assassin. Vendetta. Oh, that's good. There goes that. He drops the sentry ward. His ninja sense told him that there was the next assassin coming in, but it was a little bit too late. So sentry ward not gonna be saving him there. Rubik's gonna go down. Blah getting a lot of kills now. I think he has his blink dagger now. Yep, he has his blink dagger now. He'll be looking to pick that up from the side shop.
The Dire might
That's
want
4
to
kills
mine
just to
the top
defend a
tower.
tier 1 tower. That's a little bit of a waste. I feel like perhaps charging in, feeling overconfident, thinking they can pick off the puck, and coming out second best. So a lot of a waste there.
Illusion.
Alright.
Drow's been doing alright in the Ninja Boogie on the bottom lane there. He's looking like he's going to do his BKB up.
I still hear you guys saying there's a little bit of spike lag coming up from the stream. I'm checking my XSplit here, it's 0 drop frames. So I'll try lower the stream. I guess I'll try and lower the quality in the next game. I'll take down the stream just a while to take down lower the quality a little bit so as the lag doesn't continue. But there is no drop frames on my side, so it's possible it is a Twitch issue. I really apologize if you guys have any problems with this. And Blah, meanwhile, gonna be farming down the middle lane. He already has his blink dagger.
Part of the problem here is, I mean, Mushi's getting great farm, his net worth's looking alright, but Drow and Puck both are keeping up. They're far behind, but they're well ahead of the other Dire heroes. So I think it's a pretty even game, really, as far as it goes in terms of gold.
Yeah, if you check out the net worth, Mushi is sitting at 8.3k gold, so really, really fat on him. But Dro is at 5.9, but she does go for a BKB first, and this does limit her damage quite a bit. But of course, with her marksmanship, so long no one gets close to her to dispel that, it should be fine for her. She does hit very hard with the marksmanship, 80 bonus agility at level 16. Even now, 60 bonus agility, you look at the damage, it's about 180 per pop. And with the frost arrows, you're not getting away from that.
Orange has smoked up the top here, looking to go through the mid and try and get a pick off.
Yeah, and Magnus has his dagger in about 300 gold, so if he does get another pick off, he will have his dagger for the next fight, and Drowinger won't be safe. He has to be very well positioned if he doesn't want to get picked off. And Invis Rune gonna go for Ohio here, so it's even better for him. And Lashrak, oh, are you gonna be, oh, he's gonna spot out Rubik here, and he will go for the spliff. He will get hit by the last word, and the Curse of Silence just pops on him, and he will just die. So another 2 in goes the way. Oh no, Silencer still hasn't added any Glaives of Wisdom. Gonna be walking under the Sentry Ward here, gonna be spotted out. But now, the Radiant heroes know that they are smoked up, they'll be backing off now.
Ninja Boogie getting straight out of there as soon as Lashrak dropped down. He's finally finished up his BKB, so he might actually start participating in some of these fights. He's sort of been on the sidelines just farming for a little bit. Meanwhile, Mushi has 3 kills up on his board.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Yep. Lei has a pack of dust here, so he wants to go look for Mushi very soon here. Max gonna run off Invis very shortly, and question mark still gonna be surging away. Puck's gonna blink away from the fight, but they will be intercepted here by Shadow Fiend. Is he gonna go for it? Yeah, Darkseer is gonna walk right into SF, and here comes the recruitment. So it's gonna be right on Mark. Half health gone immediately. Silence gonna go on Mac. Charge gonna save the Darkseer for just a moment there. Gonna get hit by last hit, and Mushi gets a dominating streak. Blah gonna dodge that right click here from Mushi. Gonna blink away, and he will be fine. Hachiko gonna rotate in. Not a good idea. Silencer's in the neighborhood, but Lei's gonna go into Vendetta. Wants to try to pick off. Yep, because sees the Shadow Fiend. Sees she is Shadow Fiend. Yep, he's gonna go for the Shadow Fiend. Nope, there is a Magnus there, so careful on the RP. Nope, he's still gonna go for the SF. SF is out of mana. Nope, he's just gonna be harassing him down. But Mushi does have his BKB, so he can stand and hold his ground to fight if he wants to. Not having to rely on that Shadow Blade for just escape now. And why?
And Drow tried to get a pick off on Silencer there, but like you said, she's not really outputting that much damage with just her boots and a BKB. She's sort of gone for survivability a little bit more. And at the moment, there's no one really pumping out that damage on the side of Neolution other than the Puck. So.
Yep, and Shadow Fiend's going to be very, very strong and very soon, and he can actually work towards his 3rd item now. Shadow Blade as well as BKB already makes him hit very hard, akin to Drow's damage, but Drow does have a longer range. But still, in a man fight, I think Shadow Fiend will have the upper hand here. He has a lot more nukes. And there's a big stack here. Hachiko's going to farm that up. But still, this Lashrak is just very bad with only the boots as well as the magic stick here. Lei also only a boots. Going to work towards the arcanes after this stack. But still, the supports are very starved here on the Radiant. You see that 2 bottom net worth, 900 gold on Lashrak, 1.5k on the Nyx Assassin. This is partially attributed to the lack of towers. They didn't take down a lot. They didn't take down any towers for Neolution, so the supports didn't really get a lot of gold. This extra gold you see on Silencer as well as Rubik are from the 2 tier 1 towers that Mushi has claimed. 3 tier 1 towers that Mushi has claimed here. So that's where all the gold is coming from, and this is where the gold difference is. About 3k. The game seems pretty balanced at this point, but still, the team fight, I say, still goes to Orange.
The team fight, yes, and I think in part, yeah, the map control. They have wards up all across their side. They've got 6 towers up on the outer there. They're feeling pretty comfortable. They've got space for Shadow Fiend to farm up as much as he likes. Still, you have KY. He's very, very far behind, tussling a little bit with Darkseer on the mid lane there, and he still hasn't found any headway since that rough start on lane.
Yeah,
they need him to get tankier so he can get in and initiate and on those team fights.
Yeah, he does have his arcane boots as well as a buckler, so he's doing quite well. You see his net worth is at 3.6k, whereas the left strike and Nyx Assassin don't even amount to his net worth if you combine them together, so it's not really good for them. But meanwhile, 3 heroes up top. Ninja Boogie gonna be bait here, Rocket's gonna spot them all out, so that's one of the strengths of Clockwork. Just gonna be spotting what you're into, but no matter, there is an observer watching all of them here. So Ninja Boogie's bait not gonna work, but he will be claiming himself a tier 1 tower. But no.
Orange taking the opportunity to do Roshan.
Yep, that's right, Mushi getting stunned up, getting slammed up, but he's gonna be fine. Shadowblade BKB on him. Gonna pick up an Aegis after this, and they traded tier 1 for Roshan, so pretty good trade here. We've got see the Roshan go down very shortly. So this is what you need to do, you just need to take all the good trade. 2007 is the timing for Roshan, and they'll get a lot more bonus gold and experience, so even the spots are going to get arcane boots, and yep, Silence is going to get arcane boots as well. So a lot of farm coming the way of the Dire supports, whereas the Radiant supports are still very starved, and this is the lack of towers just affecting them really badly.
And Orange moving up here, Mushi coming in too, looking to slow them down on that top lane a little bit, catch any stragglers behind, but everyone's bailing out very quickly. Magnus still just with his Blink Dagger and his Arcane Boots, and haven't really seen a good sort of team fight initiation yet. It's really been a game of pick-offs more than anything, and it's sort of surprising when you look at these lineups. They're both running lineups where you expect to see those Dream Coils dropped, the RPs, the skewers, vacuums, all of those big team fight moments, but so far we've just seen the one hero get picked off here and there.
Yeah, both teams are just playing very safe because although we do say Orange has the superior team fight, like I said in the earlier fashion of the draft, the vacuum into the Nyx Assassin stun with the left strike combo can be very devastating, especially if Puck does get everyone isolated with the, or rather stuck together with the Dream Coil. Follow up with the vacuum can actually cause a lot of damage. So, but then again, I think that Neolution, in order for them to take a fight, they do have to pick off the Silencer, or either that fight when Global Silence is down, because Silencer is just such a pain for them to deal with. You cannot dive when you can't cast spells for 4 seconds. It's just impossible, especially with the counter initiation coming out from Clockwork as well as the Magnus. Just too much for them to deal with, especially you still have to look out for the wildcard Rubik, who will be looking to steal up some good spells. If he does get a Dream Coil steal or Impale from the Nyx Assassin, it's going to be huge.
Mushi just strolling through Int's lane just there.
Yep.
No worries at all. He's got his Chrysalis up now, and meanwhile Drow has... what's she got? She's got a Yasha, so Manta style eventually. But not putting anywhere near the damage output that he is. And not really engaging in these fights either. So I'd like to see Ninja Boogie maybe finish up an item and then actually start participating in some of these bigger engagements.
Yep, and Ninja Boogie, he does go for the Yasha, going to be looking towards that Manta, right? Going to be looking towards that Manta, will be good for dispelling the silencers as well, but he doesn't have a lot of spells, he doesn't really have... I don't see what's he got to Manta actually. I mean, Mantaing the silence would be good, but it still doesn't do a lot for him. Well, I guess it could help him offset the 300 burst that comes out of that, but other than that, Manta won't really save him. Maybe perhaps just Manta out of the cogs. I'm not sure if you can do that. But of course, just for the burst damage, because Dro's agility gain is really high, so agility based with the marksmanship is really high. So Manta style will be splitting into 2 very painful illusions. So I guess that's the reason for that. Not going for the butterfly. Butterfly would be better to fight the Shadow Fiend.
Clockwork hooks onto Hachiko.
Yep, Hachiko's going to drop. And still we don't see Silencer going for any points in place, and RP gonna be hitting no one. Blah gonna blink out just in time, so great rotation out from him. Phase shift into the orb, so he's gonna be orbing into the trees. They're gonna be safe for now, and Ohio gonna be really pissed with that, slamming the ground out of sheer rage there. So doing a little bit of a dandy move there, and Net gonna get caught out once again. Draw Ranger's gonna shoot 2 arrows into him, and he will die. And Ninja Boogie will be TPing back to base, back to base, and he knows the rotation's coming in. They spotted him out of the ward, but then again, Hookshot was down for that fight, so not gonna be able to do much anyway. But the Max gonna be ready for KYXY, and meanwhile, Xting already has 1.7k gold on him. Not sure what he wants to go for, possibly saving for the buyout. If he does get picked off, buyout into the global silence. That's probably his. That's probably why he's saving up so much gold. He does have a bit more towards that 4 staff, about 600 gold, and he will have it. Meanwhile, Mushi is just going to be farming already 2.5k gold. Will have his Demon Age up very shortly.
And Ninja Boogie did put quite a lot of pressure on that top tower there. It's in about a 1/3 health, so just that split push while the chase was going down in that middle lane is giving Neolution a little bit more map control, and that's what they really need right now.
Yep, the thing is that Lei's not been finding a lot of pickoffs, other than the occasional Rubik kill. Nyx Assassin hasn't been actually getting a lot of kills, but he's just been babysitting the Drow rate. So Dro's just gonna be farming, and Nyx will be hiding in the jungle. If anyone does come stop him, like Rubik or Silencer, just tries to be a pain in the butt, Nyx Assassin will go into the Vendetta, and Drow Ranger will just combine up with the Nyx Assassin to pick him off.
Do it with flair.
The thing with Drow Ranger is he's like Dwarven Sniper. She's somewhat like Dwarven Sniper. She does need someone to hold down the target, and she will just finish him off very quickly.
There goes
And Bushi gets another tower, and that will be his Daedalus, I think. Yeah, 4k gold on him, that will be his Daedalus. So he'll be hitting very, very hard here. The only thing now he needs is lifesteal, and of course, to use up the Aegis. I think that's what he looks to do now. He's going to be TPing to the top lane, going to be baiting out a jump on him, and he'll be spotted by the creep wave here. So I think he just assumed there will be... Oh yeah, there is a sentry ward here. But it's not in the lane. The sentry ward just spotting him out at the edge there. But Lei has gone into Vendetta, and Mushi might lose his Aegis here. Is he spotted out by Nyx Assassin? No. Vendetta wears off. And Mushi gets stunned out by the creep. Is he gonna lose his Aegis this way? I think he just wants to lose his Aegis. Yeah, he just wants to lose the Aegis here. Yeah, the Aegis is gonna expire in 20 seconds anyway. So he's gonna pop the Aegis and come back to full health and full mana.
Chat saying there is still quite a few lag issues.
Yeah, I'm checking XSplit on my side. There's 0 drop frames. I could screenshot for you guys after the match, but there is really 0 drop frames. I really don't know what's going on with Twitch, the Twitch side. I've been working my ISP for days, and I finally got no drop frames on my side. So other than that, I'm really not sure what else causes the lag. I could drop the quality for you guys, but I did set the quality. You guys could get full HD, not the blurry HD, but the full HD. So if you guys are still lagging a lot, I will change the stream after this. But meanwhile, we have to get on with this game here, and probably gonna restart the stream, I guess, so as to just reset everything.
Smoke up in the middle there, Mushi charging down the middle. Not afraid of anything really at this point, and hoping perhaps they'll try and initiate on him with his whole team lurking at his back with smoke. And they should have no problem taking out this tower. In fact, Intan even TPing for it. Oh, there we go, there's the TP coming out.
He's going for the initiation. Nope, the Surge not going to go for it. He's just going to be Iron Shelling his creep wave. But Mushi has done a lot of damage to his tower. Hachiko going man mode here on Ohio. Or maybe he just doesn't see the impending doom he's running into. But he's still going to go very far in, and Ohio's going to back off here with the Blink Dag, going for the BKB. We see that on Magnuses quite often as well, because Magnuses do get picked off very often because they are the target of any gangs before the team fight, because his reverse polarity is just such a pain to deal with, and he does have his Blink Dagger, so Neolution.int will have to be very careful when pushing up this high ground.
Ninja Boogie's finished up his Manta style now, and Blah has that Orchid, so they've got to be feeling a little bit more confident about those team fights. They just need to stop getting picked off, and they're kind of doing that by roaming around as a group. So
yeah, so
still have a good chance of making some headway here.
Yeah, when you told me that Orange usually beat Neolution.int, I thought it would be more of a one-sided game here, but no, Neolution.int are actually holding the ground here. 11-12 is the score. They are 1 kill down, but they still look pretty even across the board here. 2,000 gold and an advantage here. They have pulled up from the 4k deficit, and experience graph going to be at 3,000. Not too big at this point in the game. It is an advantage nonetheless. Mushi is very, very farm. He does have a Helmet Dome. Going to go towards that Satanic very shortly. But still, Mushi going to be farming up this Ancient stack. Going to get even more money, more gold, more items. So 2.8k gold on him. Going to see what he goes for next after the Satanic. But still, he's one of the most farm heroes on the map. You can see here 16k net worth. We're going to look at the last hits. Last hits 257. Ninja Boogie is keeping up about 211 here. But so far I haven't seen an RP actually. Have you actually seen an RP other than the one that airballed in the middle lane?
I haven't seen one. I've seen him cancel cast a couple. Just really trying to make sure that if he does hit one, it's a good one, I guess. Doesn't want it to be a mediocre RP.
He has been, I won't say he has been holding it, but I think Neolution.int has been splitting up very well here. They've not been getting caught out by the Magnus. Which is good
Question mark. The question mark finally just flew in his BKB. It's been sitting in his stash for about 3 minutes now. So.
Oh, Darkseer BKB, yeah. I guess he has been pinned down a little bit too much and he doesn't want to get silenced. So these BKBs are to counter the global silence. So even now if the global silence does go off, Darkseer will pop his BKB and go for the vacuum wall. But he has to be careful not to pop the BKB first before the global silence has activated, because global silence does pierce the BKB and he does go in for the search and forces Bushi to back off here.
A little bit of a standoff over this mid tower here, and Mushi, he's got his Satanic up, he's got Empower, he's just hitting so hard, so if they get caught out, it won't take much to drop any of these squishier heroes down. I mean, Darkseer is a little tankier now that he's got the BKB, but the rest of them don't really have that much in the way of health. It's only 2-3 hits.
Yeah, Lestrike's probably going to go down 2 to 3. Like you said, he only has 800 life points at the current moment, 600. And Nyx Assassin, although he does have Spiral Carapace to save him a little bit, 800 life points is not a lot to work with. But he does have the gem, so they will be looking to pick off Mushi right now. And I hear thunderstorms in my, on the outside, so it's gonna get a little bit. And nope, Clockwork looks for... Oh, he has a gem as well, so Clockwork has a gem and Nyx has a gem. So Nyx can't get anywhere close, his Vendetta days are over. And Mushi, meanwhile, gonna be continuously farming at the back of that Empower. They're just waiting for the next Roche, I feel. Roche is up, they're gonna wait for the time where Neolution.int are not in position to contest the Roche and just go for it. Right now, they're just making the Neolution.int very cautious, taking out all the observer wards there, and nope, Mushi is just gonna strut on into Roshan. Gonna be banging him down. Look at that health, dropping so quickly, 9,000 gets bashed up. But now it's going to drop 8,000 already. And Neolution.int looks like they don't want to contest this at all. Illusions from Puck does go in there. And Mushi gets stunned up a little bit from Roshan. But still, going to get this Roche, no problem.
With RP online, there's not really much they can do to sort of jump in and contest this. RP, Cogs, there's a complete defensive ring around this Roche pit at the moment. They might just look to try and get a little bit of health down on this tower first.
So it appears that my lag is caused by the servers. I think they can't handle what I'm putting out. So although I'm not dropping any frames, the high quality is not working out too well for them. So I guess you guys will have to deal with the low quality for the next game. But this game has to go on here. Yeah. So meanwhile, if you'd like to take over for a while, I'll just check out with the admins. They seem to.
Yep, so Nadra's got a Helm of the Dominator in the jungle here. She's about to TP out. Orange are coming up. They're looking for the heroes in their own jungle. Puck face shifting out from the Shadow Fiend. The Raze just misses. That's a very quick blink away to get out of trouble. And they're going to try and back out of here as quick as they can. They don't want to take this fight. There's an RP, a Shadow Fiend. Everything is chasing them down. Blast TPing out. Does get away to safety, and the skewer doesn't actually hit anyone. So, good escape from Neolution there, Neolution.int there, and Orange not actually managing to pick off anyone in their own jungle, but claiming the spaces they own. This is their farming territory. They do not want int in their area.
Yep. And I'm back here. I'm sorry guys about the lag. I just want to set high quality for you guys, but I didn't know it would lag you guys so much. I'm not dropping any frames, but apparently the servers do cap the quality at some point here, so I can't really stream that high quality. So next game we'll be changing the quality, and I really apologize for this. This is my first time casting to so many people. I just want to give the best to all you guys. So really apologize for that. I guess you guys could watch the boards if there are any after this, but Mushi will take a tier 2 tower here. The game will be going on with it. So just bear with us until the next game, and hopefully everything will be fine from there.
It's looking a little grim now in terms of both XP and gold for Neolution.int. Orange have caught up a lot. Like you said, purely the farm on the Shadow Fiend. He's melting down towers with that damage he's doing.
Well, the goal difference isn't that huge, but they are, yeah, like you said, losing a lot of map control. They did take a lot of towers after the... They did take a lot of towers since the start of the
Guess
game.
what's happening in the Dyer's bottom
Early on, they did
tower.
start with a 3-tower
Radiant's
deficit,
top
but now they have
tower's
taken back about 3 themselves, and they were looking to take... Now one Drow is going to be taking the one bottom lane. Going to delay his defense here. Mushi, he does have the Aegis. He wants to go for the wreck. He's going for the tower. Glyph is forced to pop, and Drow has taken tower here. Is he going to TP back here?
Structures.
He does go for the Crystalist, so going for crit damage as well, and they do manage to successfully push them back. Darkseer is such a good turtle hero. That high ground and that choke point is just not ideal for you to push up on because of that wall in the vacuum. So he has to be very careful. Magnus has to catch up someone, and Global Silence has to be timed just perfect there. Clockwork will be looking to latch onto Drow Ranger, but Drow will take another free tower here, so a lot of gold coming his way. He does have buyout for this fight. He's going to be T-Bang in, and it's going to be Mushi. Once again, latch in on the Nyx Assassin. He's going to go down, but here he goes. And Ninja Boogie gets going to town here on the clock. Clock will go down, but here Ninja Boogie actually uses his BKB, so that's big. But here comes the wall. Catches 3. Mushi goes for the ultimate. Gonna be hit on very few here. Hachiko lands the stun on Rubik as well. Silencer Blah blinks it, dodged the right click from Mushi, and Mushi will go down here to the Drow Ranger, but Drow Ranger doesn't have his BKB. Aegis is gonna pop, and here's gonna be the stun, and Mushi might actually go down here. Does he have a Shadow Blade? He does have a Shadow Blade, but there is a gem here on the left track, and here comes Blah. Is he gonna go for it? And here comes the Cold Arrows. Cold Arrows gonna slow him down. Blah is gonna be phase shifting out of there, and it's gonna be another Ice Arrow gonna be missing here. Mushi disjoins that with the Shadow Blade, so big play from him. He wants to try and fight this Drow Ranger. He will fight the Drow Ranger. He will lose his time. No, he does go for the Satanic, so big play here. Drow Ranger will go down. Mushi, very, very clever play from him. Will be able to pick off the Drow Ranger, baits him in, and then pops the Satanic against the Drow pickoff. So now with the carry dead and no buyback available for him, Mushi might actually look to take a tier 3 tower, and even maybe a Rax Hachiko will have to look to farm up, to heal up first before coming back. And Nick Satin will be starting up with the Impale. Mana burns on Mushi. So it was just that fight. It was great defense from Neo-In, but it was just the AG saving the life there. Mushi will be silenced up, will be orchided up. Is he gonna get a kill? And no, wow, Lei going for the Vendetta. Shockwave might just get him, and Shockwave does get him. So very unfortunate. Satanic goes up again for the SF. SF go pick up the gems. They're gonna be an RP. No, RP is not off for now. 30 seconds. And nice dash up from KOXY. Darkseer is gonna go down. Gem's gonna hit the deck. Hachiko, but Blah finally not able to phase shift out of that. And Hachiko will be throwing out the splitters. Mag Charge is going to bring them all back. And oh wow, 2 hits. And holy shit here from Mushi. Triple kill for the Shadow Feast. So very, very big advantage coming the way of Orange here. Mushi just carrying his team on his back, and Hup just does what he can. Silencing up the creep wave, silencing up the heroes, but not going to stop Mushi from right-clicking this Rax down all the way.
Top rags.
I think half of that was just the power of that little nerf to Drow that balanced her a lot. Is if you are up close, there's not much she can do. She just becomes a very, very easy to hit hero, and I think it was the fact that he got her down.
Yeah, it's going to be RP on Drow, and this will be I think this will be the game. Nice Meta style going to be dispelling Mushi's right click here, but Ninja Boogie used the BKB defensively, and Puck is going to be dodging this. He does not have the blink. He does have the blink. Yep, he has the blink. Blinks off in time, but Mushi gonna get more buildings and more gold for him. 9k gold on him. So even if they do take him down, he does have buyout, and he can actually go for a rapier. So Hachiko, whoa, Darkseer has to be careful. His split up not gonna land here. Rubik goes for a pick of Darkseer. Has to be backing off here. Gold Scepter goes out. Global Silence. Hachiko will drop here. Another kill here for Mushi. Wall into the vacuum, but Mushi goes for the Satanic. Could regen himself at the back of the Illusion Rune. But Huck gets the pick up on Magnus, and Mushi drops very low here behind the tower. Slow from the Drow Ranger, but he just buy out straight, I think. Yep, will he buy it out? Nope, not gonna buy out even. Just gonna be saving it. But KYX by, oh, gonna be hit by the off. Not gonna get hit. Darkseer getting pushed back a little bit. Pops the Soul Ring. Will he be surging up the Drow Ranger? They do spot him now. And well, if they don't get this kill, it's gonna be really big escape here from KYXY. He has his Mac, he has his Ghost Scepter in a while, but Lei is gonna be chasing him. He has a lot of heroes chasing him. Split up gonna land on him. Impale goes on him, and he will drop. So 4 heroes lost here for Orange, but they do take top ranks. And Mushi sitting at 8,000 gold. He's buying something right now. What's he buying? Yeah, he's buying another Daedalus. So going for the double. No, he's going for the Daedalus. He didn't finish his Crystallis into the Daedalus, so he's going for the Daedalus now. Still has about 8,000 gold to boot. We'll be buying up that Demon Age. We'll be buying the Demon Age. Yeah, buys up the Demon Age. We'll have his Daedalus very shortly.
I think Neolution.int did an amazing job of defending that. The Darkseer walls, the vacuums,